Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name again is Rami Assour. I've been working for Alfa for the last 11 years, gladly. I'm currently heading the value-added services department at Alfa, which is responsible for the traditional services like the SMS, MMS, ringback tone, and many other services as well. We are also, on top of that, we are also responsible for the whole technical chain for the prepaid subscribers, including like the charging, the policy control, provisioning, mediation, and software development of new services that are being launched every day by Alfa. So today we're going to talk about something that you might be interested in, or I think you will be very interested in. It is about how we, Alfa, see the future of the mobile business is going in the next few years, and especially what are the new business models that we're going to implement with your collaboration as startups. So before I start my presentation, I would like to tell you about something you might know already. Most mobile operators in the world now are trying to avoid getting into the bit pipe thing, you know, like when the operator gets transparent between the user and the service providers or the OTTs. And honestly, we figure out that we cannot do it alone. We need the partnership with the new startups and with the new partners to do that, to overcome this challenge. Now, my presentation will go as follows. First, I'm going to give the overview of Alfa's history during the last 22 years. Then next, I will talk about the technological drivers that is going to push us towards the adoption of new business models. And then what are these new business models that we're talking about? And finally, what can we as Alfa offer you as startups in order to succeed and in order to develop and test your products and launch it together with our collaboration. So Alfa started in 1994. Alfa started in 1994 under the brand name of Celis. We were the first mobile operator to launch the 2G services in Lebanon at that time. Then in 2011, Then in 2011, we were the first ones to launch Next. Yeah, next. Yeah, exactly. So in 2011, we were again the first mobile operator to launch the 3G services in Lebanon. And just look at me, okay? And in 2013, we were the first mobile again to launch the 4G services. Now, in 2014, we were the first mobile operator in Lebanon and the second in the region, the Middle East and North Africa region, to test the voice over LTE technology. And in 2015, we were the first to launch the 4.5G. Now, beginning this year, we had a contract with Ericsson and Nokia to cover the whole Lebanese territories with LTE technology, bringing a speed to up to 300 megabit per second to the users. Nowadays, we have a little bit more than 2 million subscribers. 82% of them are prepaid, and the rest is postpaid. Then, in terms of smartphone penetrations, we have a really great phenomenon in Lebanon because we have around 87% of our users having smartphone handsets, which is considered a very high percentage when compared to the international trends. Now you can see also this applies to the data penetration because more than 70% of our users are actually having mobile subscriptions into data bundles. Now, next year, we're going to deploy the LTE Advanced as well, over 600 sites in Lebanon. And guess what? In 2018, we're going to have the first 5G test environment in Lebanon. Now, what are these drivers that are going to change the business models? First of all, the access technology. With 4.5G and the 5G, we're going to have a lot more data speed provided to the users, which is going to open new doors for new applications and for new demands from the user side. According to Ericsson reports, we can see that the LTE is going to carry the majority of our data traffic in 2019. And this is going to give us a lot of opportunities, and both from demands from the users and also from technology push. Now, smartphone penetrations is going to double also by 2021, but we expect it to reach 95% in Alpha. IoT is the next big thing as well. So we're gonna expect, like in a few years, to have more IoT devices connected to the network than the man-to-man machine, than man-to-man communication handsets. So this is also gonna change a lot of how we handle the business in the network. 4, and this is most important here, but it's not going to give the effect immediately because it's coming in like 6 or 7 years. It is the content-centric networking, or CCN, that is going to change the internet as we know it today forever. You know, the internet today is based on client-server model, in which the client asks for some information from the server, and then the server replies back with that information using the internet infrastructure around the world. This is going to change forever, because there would be no servers anymore. The user or the client will be asking for the information pieces, not for the IP address of the server. And that information pieces will be stored everywhere around the world on routers or on firewalls, on any network equipment. And with the 5G services, like the tactile internet, like the haptic internet, and also the self-driving cars, we're going to need very minimal latency, down to 1 millisecond or even less than that. And in order to achieve that, we cannot really achieve it with the current technology or the current concept where the server is located far away from the user. Even though the 5G provides such low latency, the whole infrastructure will not be able to provide it as well. So in this case, the information should be stored as close as we can to the user. And who is closer to the user more than the operator itself? So in this case, where the operator will not be only providing data access to the users, it will also be providing storage access to the OTTs and to the whole services around the world, which is going to open up new business models for us. Now, the next thing is the cloud computing, or platform as a service, which is going to allow us to roll out new services as fast as we can in a very minimal time to market. Now, the last thing is the embedded SIM. You know, today, if you want to get access to the cellular network or cellular access, you need to buy a physical SIM from the operator and insert it into your smartphone or in your device. But in future, and it's happening now anyway, in future, the manufacturer of the handsets are going to embed the SIM inside the SIM, and the user can download the SIM profile from any operator of his choice or her choice just by going online and downloading that SIM. So this is going to also open a lot of doors for us. Now, what are these emerging business models that we're talking about? First, today we have a B2C business model, which consists of, just like the operator, the B, the business, is selling service to the C, the customer. But in future, we will have the enhanced B2C. Whereas, because this is going to be pushed actually by the embedded SIM technology. In the embedded SIM, the user will not be needing anymore to visit Alfa POS or the point of service. He will just purchase the SIM online and then activate it online, and then change his bundles, change his plans and his bundles, and buy services online like he's doing today. For example, he can buy 5 GB of internet online. Now, this is going to also lead to one user having a lot of gadgets around him and a lot of devices having embedded SIMs. all of these devices, like the wearables, like a smartwatch, like the heartbeat meter, all of these devices would need management from the user side. And the user will find really difficulties, a lot of difficulties to, renew the subscriptions, to fill the data into these devices and all of that. Now, the Alfa is going to link all of these devices to one account only on the billing system where the user can manage all of these together, and also he can share one bundle or one data package to all of these devices. Now, this is going to also give us a lot of opportunities and a lot of ideas that are coming later on. Now, the B2B2C. The first B is our operator. The second B is you, the enterprises. And then the C is the customer here. This is the most important for you now. In this model, best illustrated under the IoT example, the operator would be selling services to the enterprise, which is you. Like these services would be data services in bulk, for example, and also it will be selling you the connectivity for IoT, or like the use of the IoT technology. Then you as the enterprise, or the second B here, you will be handling the relationship with the customer directly. So here, we don't have, as an operator, we don't have any relationship with the customer. You will be handling this on our behalf. The next model also is the white label model, in which Alfa will be selling wholesale services to the enterprises. Like we can sell you 100 terabytes of data as a company, or as a startup, we'll be selling you 100 terabytes per month, like say 5 million SMS and 1 million minutes of voice in one box. And then you will get this box and redistribute it into smaller boxes or smaller quotas. Like, for example, again, 5 gigabytes of data with 300 minutes of voice and 500 SMS, and then sell it to either our subscribers or your subscribers, your own subscribers. Under this model, we'll be giving you a lot of opportunities and a lot of features. First, like the product life cycle, we can run it on your behalf, for example, like weekly, monthly, daily life cycles, or you can run it on your application servers. Second, you can have it under your own brand name, and that's why we call it the white label model. And third, we can give you the quality of service control, which you can offer to your premium subscribers. For example, like wishing to have a higher priority than other subscribers, or even like having a guaranteed bit rate for the data in case they have a very sensitive applications. Now, the third model is the customer as a partner model. Today, as we said, the customer is just like a customer of the operator. We have just a very simple relationship. Now, in future, the customer would be able to contribute to the infrastructure of the operator network. For example, when he can buy or she can buy a femtocell and install it at home or at his small business, and then he can benefit from the traffic passing through this femtocell. Now, what are the facilitators? I'm gonna skip through them quickly. The NFV, or the network function virtualization, and the software-defined networks is going to help us a lot to reduce our CapEx and OpEx, and also to roll out services quickly. The next thing is also the reduced infrastructure cost, like the introduction of fiber optics network in Lebanon, and also the economy of scale that will be coming with the IoT, because with tens or 20 millions of IoT devices in Lebanon, the overhead per device would be very low for us, and we will be able to offer better prices per device. Then the VoLTE, or the voice over LTE, will provide us the capability to offer voice services at a higher quality with low cost as well. So, and finally the cloud, which will not only allow us to roll out services quickly, but also to withdraw services that prove not to be successful in a very minimal time, and also without the need to put a very high investment or the cost of the hardware, which is going to lower the risk for us as an operator to introduce hundreds of services and withdraw them anytime we want. Finally, and this is most importantly for you, what can Alfa offer you as partners in order to succeed together here? First, the direct billing, carrier billing, or what we call it operator billing at Alfa. This is going to allow you to charge our subscribers, Alfa subscribers, for any services that you sell, either on your mobile applications or web portals or web interfaces, or even for tangible goods that you sell. You just need to integrate with our APIs once only, and our BSS systems or the business support systems in the background will manage the whole thing, like for the revenue sharing management, the accounting, and the billing by the end of the month between the operator and the partners. Now, the proxy services is another example, slightly different, in which you as a partner, if you are having a web interface, a web page selling different items on it, you just need to integrate with us once only, and our subscribers can access your web page through our proxy. For example, they can visit Alfa Portal's page and find different links on it for different partners. They just click on one link, and then they will reach your page, in which they can buy new items, any items that you store there, and they will be charged from their mobile accounts, whether prepaid or postpaid. In this case, we see the user visiting Alfa Portal. He will see a certain cinema chain selling movie tickets for its movies, and then he will select one only and then pay for it from his mobile account. Next, and very importantly here, we can bundle our services and your services as partners and create new products to offer to our subscribers. Again, as an example, we can give our subscribers like 5 gigabytes per month of internet and 3 tickets, cinema tickets per month, and 2 new songs for the cost of $20 only, instead of paying $35, which is the aggregate cost of each one alone. Okay, so we can combine our services and your services and other partner services to create a single or unique products and then offer it to the users. And finally, we have the Internet of Things. Alfa is going to implement very soon the connectivity platform and the application enablement platform that is going to actually pave the way for the new IoT business in Lebanon. The connectivity platform will enable you as a partner to see from one screen only all your devices that are roaming in Lebanon, whether they are fixed or mobile. You can get a real-time view of all devices with their SIM status, whether they are active or deactive, whether they are sending data now or not, what their data usage up till now, whether they are roaming or not, where they are locating now, and even you can set their life cycle, for example, their subscription cycle, weekly, monthly, daily, and also change their rate or their quotas. You can also programmatically control devices with no programming skills at all. And finally, you can analyze and diagnose and fix all the problems. Now, this is a screenshot we got from our connectivity platform, from which you can see the whole view of your devices, whether you have 4,000 or maybe 40,000. You can see their IMSIs, the whole information about it. Next, we also are going to implement the application enablement platform, which enables you to store data that you get from your sensors. For example, say you have 5,000 sensors installed in different machines in Lebanon. These sensors are going to send data, measurement data, into our platform, and then from our platform you can set a certain ceiling or certain mechanism, whether when the value exceeds a certain ceiling, it will trigger a certain workflow. This workflow, you can develop it as well using drag and drop tools of service building blocks, so that you can develop new services without having the coding skills. Now, this is the first thing. Second thing, it allows you to configure and update and restart these devices remotely. This is a screenshot of what you can do here. You see the vertical markets here, or the vertical applications like the telematics, the health, the smart cities. You will be sitting there integrating with our platform through APIs and also through a web interface where you can see all your devices and the measurements of your devices as well. So that's it all. I invite you guys as partners or as startups to visit us or to contact us at Alfa to explore what can we offer you as, in terms of tools to deploy and to test your services with the help of Alfa. Thank you very much for coming in and have a nice time.
My question is regarding the 2 million subscribers.
Yeah.
What's the rate of the IoT subscriptions?
Today we have around like 50,000 IoT devices from out of 2 million, but we're expecting to have like 100,000 next year. Yeah.
Sorry. The central bank is not allowing bank and financial institution to use cloud, private and public cloud. What you can do concerning this?
Well, this is something that is being discussed now between Alfa and the central bank. I am not allowed to talk about it now, but it's been under discussion. I'm a technical person here, so I'm not just talking about the solutions. سؤال أنا.
Sorry, just about the cloud. Is it ready now for customers to use the cloud or?
Well, the cloud, I'm talking about it like in terms of technology. But we have a lot of platforms running on clouds today. But which type of cloud you are talking
like
now?
Public cloud where people can host their websites and you charge them per utilization, for example?
Yeah. It's running. It's up and running now. Yeah, and we have agreements with different aggregators, by the way. We have an agreement with Lebanon and others. Yeah. I mean, if you have a website or if you have a mobile application, you can contact one of our aggregators, or you can contact Alfa directly so we can discuss in details what we can do with you. Also you, huh? Yeah, what's the name of your company? And Actel is one of the aggregators as well. No more questions? Yeah.
Earlier you were talking about user profile that can be downloaded later on.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically in Lebanon, not all people are updated to technology.
Yeah.
So what happens when the user have no access to this user profile on the internet, but have access only to the physical SIM card?
Well, the new devices that are coming into market, like in 3 years, say that for the smartphone market, they will just be equipped with no physical card anymore. So they have no other choice but to follow the instructions. These smartphones will come pre-equipped with a certain application. You just open the application and it will direct you to do the rest of the process. But you can just access through the Wi-Fi. The first access would be through the Wi-Fi, and then you can download through the Wi-Fi the SIM profile of any operator of your choice, by the way. No more questions, guys? Okay. Thank you very much for coming. Have a nice rest of the day.